Welcome back to Mott Community College. Some of us have not been on campus since March 2020. 17 months. Wow. I am so excited to see each one of you as you return on campus to learn, enjoy activities, watch sports, and of course, experience the awesome campus supports that we offer. I encourage you to make the most of this year and all the experiences and opportunities that are available to you both academically and socially, like using the library. I'm serious though. They have lots of resources to help you succeed. Whether you need a room for your study group or a privacy carousel to help you concentrate, it's not just books anymore, trust me. Or why don't you try out our writing lab and the math empowerment lab? There are people there just waiting in those areas to help you get an A. What about using the computer labs and the peer tutors that are available to help you understand those tough subjects, and they're going to push you to be the best that you can be. And don't forget, join a club. I'm going to say that again. Join a club or start your own if you don't see one that you want to join. Just drop by the first floor of the Prawl Center and join other students in student life. Now, personally, I love cheering on our many sports teams to national championships, including, get this, our nationally ranked esports team. Did you hear me? Esports. We have that at Mott Community College. Guess what? This is your year. Can you feel it? You are joining a movement, an awesome movement that's changing lives for a changing world. Now let's get this academic year started.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening and welcome to Cooking with the Coaches. Thank you, Dr. Beverly, for that energetic welcome back to the fall semester. You'll notice that I'm here today coming live from the Mott Community College Food Pantry, and we're going to have lots of guests today, and we're going to have a great time. You're going to meet the coaches. We're going to go through a few things, and this is our second installment of the Student Success Conference. This is the final installment, but you'll be able to watch both of the events live on the Mott website in the coming weeks. So if you didn't catch Friday, you'll want to go back and catch that. Next, we have a message from our Vice President of Academic and Student Success, Vice President Jason Wilson. This message was pre-recorded last Friday, so he does say good morning because it was a morning session. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Jason Wilson, our Vice President of Academic and Student Success.
As Madonna said, my name is Jason Wilson. I'm the Vice President of Student Academic Success. She is right. You do get emails from me. Please continue to read those emails. I know a lot of you do because you email me back. I like that because I email you right back. You know that. So continue to look out for helpful messages from me. That communication, that line of communication that we have started between us is an example of what the new success team model is really about. It really is the idea, or it's based on research, that college students are much more likely to succeed in completing their certificates, degrees, and transferring if they have connected with someone along the way. That someone could be a faculty. That someone could be an advisor. That someone could be a coach. That someone could be another student. But research has shown that almost or approximately 50% of students who have completed degrees or transfer report that they had some individual that they're connected to that was prominent along the way. And we know that. We know that. We know that students that are involved in whether it's athletics, whether it's our student clubs, whether it's informally, they're connecting in classes where they're meeting each other for the first time, whether they're in uh, our structured environments that are learning cohorts or communities, uh, the honors college, any of these endeavors where students are put together, those students are much more likely to be successful than students that are just individuals and by themselves. So based on that premise, I had the thought to really amplify our success here at the college. Why wouldn't we try to team up the entire college, right? And why would we just stop at athletics or clubs or the honors college or some of these other intentional programs designed to team people up? Our trio students that are in the trio program. You know, if these programs are proven ways to increase success, then we have an obligation at the college to try to create an environment where all of our students can team up, where all of our students can team up. And so that is really the backdrop of why we've decided to go with this model. The college currently has 4 success teams. Each of those teams has a success coach, and each of those teams is equipped or deployed to those teams are staff from all parts of the college. So the idea is that we want our students to come into the college, and then we want to wrap around you a number of people who are there and available to help you get off to a good start and to keep you engaged and keep you successful. Last year and every year, we launch a survey called the Community College Survey of Student Engagement. And this is a survey that we give to freshmen where they give us feedback about what their first year experience has been like. As you can imagine, last year's survey results were definitely influenced by the pandemic. One of the common things that, however, was not influenced by the pandemic, and that is consistent across the board, is our students telling us that they want and need more opportunities to engage with each other. So our students in the survey asked, is it important to you to engage and interact with other students? And overwhelmingly, year after year after year, at college after college after college, students continue to report the value that they get when they're put in opportunities to engage with each other. So that is really the premise of what we're trying to accomplish. Think about that today as you go through the sessions, as you listen to the information that's delivered to you. Think about, how can I leave today and make a plan to connect with my success coach or a peer mentor, which I am super thrilled about. You know, the one thing, if you listen, those of us that have worked in this job for as long as we have for our careers know that despite our best efforts, I'm going to send you email after email after email. I'm going to try to get you all the information I can. Those of us that are veterans in this industry or in this field know that the first place that a student is going to go to ask a question is to another student. no doubt. And that's just because that's the way, that's the easiest and best place to go. We recognize that. So if we recognize that, it's important for us to train and inform and build an army of peer mentors who can be those students that are go-tos for the entire college. Can you imagine, as you came into the institution, if we had a peer mentor ready for you at the time you filled out an application, and as soon as you applied, right away, a mentor replied back and said, "Hey, I'm Jennifer. Hey, I'm Harper. Hey, I'm Christian. I'm your team mentor." I picked those names out because you're going to meet them in a little bit. "I'm your peer mentor, and I'm here to help you with everything you need until you complete your degree." Can you imagine how that would have felt for you? That's where we're trying to go. That's where we need everyone to do that. Everyone has a stake in that claim. We have the ability to amplify success at this college in a way that we never have. And I'm really excited about this opportunity. Again, I want to thank Dr. Madonna Carpenter Jackson. I want to thank all of the success coaches. They're phenomenal, phenomenal people. And this is really, for me, my baby, if you will, in terms of really wanting this approach to change the course, excuse me, of our success trajectory with our students. So have a good day. Look for my emails. I'll be checking in because I'm a part of the team too.
Thank you, Jason. As I mentioned, that was a pre-recorded session from Friday, and that will be available on our website for you to view at a future time. Jason mentioned his emails a lot in there, and I forgot in the beginning to tell you that we were talking about emails on Friday because Vice President Wilson likes to really communicate with the students. So he sends out emails and they respond. The other thing that I really want to make sure you understand is the Team Up for Success conference, the Team Up for Success concept. So at the college, we have transitioned and we have put every student on a team based on primarily on zip code. And every team has a coach, and they also have an entire team of people from the college that are there to support you. So as new students start coming in, they'll meet their teams in the planning sessions. And as you go through your journey at Mott, you will always be connected to your coach. So find out who that coach is. Jason also spoke about the peer success advocates, or the PSAs. They are students, they're often in classrooms with you, and they're there to mentor you, to help you, to guide you. So ask your coach about the peer success advocates. And if you're interested in becoming one, we have opportunities available for that as well. So we have one more session, mini session, before we get to move forward with the cooking with the coaches, but I'm super excited. I asked the Vice President, Assistant Vice President of Student Success Services, Clarence Jennings Jr., to come in and do a presentation, because what I find that he does so well with our young students is help them understand how to be smart with their money. And so quickly, we have little charges that add up. So Mr. Jennings, if you would take the floor, and thank you for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Oh, good evening. I want to say it's a pleasure being here. I am excited to share with you just a little bit of little tidbits of information that I found handy as it relates to money management. I am Clarence Jennings Jr. I'm the Assistant Vice President of Student Success Services here at Mott Community College. I want to first take the opportunity to thank you for giving up a little bit of your evening for an event that we believe will provide you a wealth of information. As Vice President Wilson just spoke on, this is about you. We are looking for you to be successful here at Mott Community College, and you don't have to do it alone. You have a team of people here who are willing to walk with you, to get you across the finish line, whether that's to get your degree and go on to work, or to get your degree and transfer to a 4-year and then complete your degree at the 4-year. So we're excited about that tonight. So today I'm going to just share a few things that working with students over, I won't say how long, but it's been a while. Some things that I think can be helpful, some traps that some students may have found themselves in, and hopefully some opportunities for us to talk a little bit about how can we give you strategies to keep you from having some financial issues. Next slide. So most of us have had some experience with checking accounts. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some scenarios and then what potentially could happen if you are not really paying attention to your finances. So just think about, you're headed to school and, it's an early morning, you're trying to get ready for a long day and you decide to stop at Starbucks. You're in a rush and you think you have the money on your debit card to cover that venti caramel macchiato, which is my favorite, by the way. That's $6.85. So, okay, you go ahead, get it. Starbucks gives you it, hands it to you through the window. Later on in the day, you check your account and you find out that $6.85 venti actually costs you $36.85, right? What happened is you only had $5 in your account. You were $1.85 charged. But the bank wants you to think that they're really nice. So they let you go ahead and charge overdraft, but they charge you $35 for the pleasure of doing that. As you can see, that particular charge was $35. And if you imagine if you did that once a month, right, that charge itself could actually add up to $420. Now I was a college student once, and $1 was a lot of money to waste. Imagine wasting $420, right? So in this case, the big suggestion for me is check your bank account before you use your debit card. It sounds simple, right? But sometimes we get into a rush and we just like, okay, I know I got money in my account, right? But knowing how much you had in your account is going to be very valuable to you. The other piece is you can utilize banking apps. The banks are set up online banking that at a glance, you can see whether you have enough money to cover a purchase. And that way you're not giving up free money, right? They gave you the opportunity to overdraft, but then they charge you $35. And in many cases, they charge you $35 per overdraft. So just imagine, you got the coffee. It was not enough money in there. You decided to go to lunch. There's not enough money in there. So you got 2 overdrafts, $70, which again, as a college student, I was once a college student and every dollar matters. So again, just a tidbit information about overdrafts. Next slide. ATM fees, that's one of the other issues, right? So again, you're going to school and you say, I need this, it only takes cash. I need to get some cash out of the ATM. So you just say, okay, I'm gonna get $20 out. Well, you get to the ATM and it charges you $2.50 to take out $20, right? Now you forgot also that your bank charges you $1.50 to use an ATM that doesn't belong to them, right? So the $20 that you actually got from the ATM turned into $24, right? Those fees add up, right? So if you did this a couple times a week, imagine, $10 in fees. That's over $520 in a year. Again, as a college student, every dollar matters. Every dollar matters, and if you are like me, every dollar matters still, even if you're not a college student. But $520 is a lot of money wasted in fees to just get your own money out, right? So a couple suggestions that, use your ATM or your bank's ATM or your bank's your credit. Either use your bank or credit union's ATM, free. They're always going to be free to you to use your ATM at your own bank or credit union. There's also opportunity to use ATMs that have no fees. They're usually credit unions, but you want to check to make sure that it's a no fee ATM. And most of us have smartphones, and there's apps for that. It's an app for everything. In case there's an app for no fee ATMs. And if you have to take the money out at an ATM that's charged a fee, take as much as you need for a longer period of time. Just don't take a 20, because if you have to go back tomorrow, you can be charged again, more fees. So if you think yourself, I need $80 for the week, go ahead and take the $80 out, and the fee will only be charged one time, right? So you'll save lots of money over the course of just that 1 week. Next slide. So this one is the bane of my existence. I am not a fan of the payday loan because it puts students and people in situations in which you almost never can get out of actually paying the entire loan off. So you're driving to school one morning and your car stops. Okay? You get a tow to the repair shop. You wait a few moments and they come back and tell you, hey, we know what the problem is. It's going to cost you $400 to fix. You remember seeing an ad for a payday loan. It's like, okay, let me get a payday loan, right? But what you don't remember seeing is this little chart right here. This is in really, really small print. They don't want you to really see what it's gonna cost you to borrow the money. So in this case, borrowing $400 actually will cost you $454.61. So when you get to 400, they're gonna say you gotta pay us the $400 back plus $54.61. What I'll then say is stuff happens. So you think to yourself, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. In 2 weeks, I can pay this money back. Well, unfortunately, something happens. You have to pay some other bill, some other expense comes up. You call the payday loan people and they say, okay, we'll let you pay the finance charge and we'll refinance the amount for you to give you an extension. Next slide. So they say, okay, we'll let you get an extension. So you can't pay it back. So that you pay $54.61. You still have never paid any of the original loan. So you still owe $400. Well, they give you another loan, right? And they say, okay, well now you still owe the $400 and you're gonna have to pay an additional $54.61. Well, something else happens the next 2 weeks and you call them and they ask for another extension. Okay, they say, fine, you pay us the $54.61 and we'll give you another loan. We'll loan you $400 again. And mind you, they're loaning you the $400, but they're never giving you $400 because they already gave it to you 4 weeks ago, right? So you're not getting additional $400. They're just letting you getting the loan for an additional 2 weeks. You finally are able to pay this loan off after 6 weeks. So the original loan that you got from them was $400. But you ended up paying $563.83, right? For $400. Lots of money. And again, as a college student, we usually don't have this kind of money sitting around, all right? Suggestions. You know, I grew up, they talk about rainy day funds. I'm like, it's always raining, right? You've been out here the last 3 days. It's been raining every day for the last 3 days. I call it an unexpected fund, right? Things that come up that are unexpected, but you need to have some money to cover those unexpected expenses, right? You can start as little as $5 a week. I can tell you as a college student, I wasted $5 a day, right? On just, frivolous things, right? If you save $10 a week, $520 over the course of the year. And if you're able to just save $20, the same $20 that you may get out the ATM machine, you can actually save yourself $1,040 a year, right? And again, it's unexpected, an unexpected fund. So you don't have to use the money except for unexpected expenses. So you actually are building up some savings for yourself, right? And again, you can do this as low as $5 a month. It's $5, and we waste $5. I can just be honest. In many cases, I know I do. I waste $5 And if I had the opportunity to save, and again, I'm sharing information as a millennial, a father of a millennial, right? Who is now saying to my son, I wish I would have had someone to tell me about how to save just a little bit of money for those unexpected situations. Next slide. So I'm just going to leave you with a couple key takeaways. I want to get to the cooking with the coaches segment. I'm looking forward to that. Know your balance. It'll save you a lot of headaches and money if you know how much money you have in your account before you spend it, right? If you must use an ATM, use the one that is attached to your bank or credit union. They're going to be free to you, right? If you have to pay a fee, take as much money out as you can so that you're only paying the fee one time. And for me, the big takeaway, start a unexpected account. It can be, I'll say, start it with $1. You know, if you find $1 that you have laying around, you know, put it aside, put it in a jar, right? And over the course of the next few months, you can see that jar grow. And when you have those unexpected expenses, you'll definitely be able to hopefully be able to cover those expenses without having to go use a payday loan, right? So again, I want to thank you for taking out the time to listen to me talk about finances. I try to make it as fun as I can, but it's a serious matter because as a college student, there's expenses that come up. And if you can save and not have to pay these fees and not be charged these overdrafting your account, you'll be better served for it. So again, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you this semester on campus and looking forward to being at graduation with you maybe in a couple of years, watching you walk across the stage and receiving your degree. Thank you so much, and I appreciate your attention tonight.
Thank you, Assistant Vice President Jennings. I appreciate you coming and sharing with us. This is where we're going to get fun. And I just want to take just a moment before we get started and introduce you to some of the people that are in the room with you today. I'm going to start with your success coaches. So we've talked a lot about what the success coach model is and who your coaches are. So I'm going to start, and I'm first going to introduce the coach who happens to not be here today. He's unable to be with us, but Team 4 coach is Roger Christensen. He has been with Mott College for almost 10 years. He also serves as the head baseball coach, and he helps with all of the Team 4 students. Oh, thank you for the slide. I appreciate that. So now we'll go to Team 3, and that's Sharonda, if you could. Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry. Team 3 is Jessica. Can Jessica say something to the?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the second installment of the Team Up for Success Conference.
Thank you. Now we'll transition to Team 2. That's Dan Stewart.
Hello, everybody. Also nice to meet you. Happy to be here. Looking forward to a fun evening.
Thank you. And now we have our newest addition to the team, Ms. Sharonda Love Wilson, who rounds out the group with Team 1. So, Ms. Sharonda.
Good evening, and I guess third that what all my teammates have said. Welcome to Team Up for Success, the second day for this, and for those watching in the evening, hope you enjoy and embrace all of this information that we are giving to you on tonight, and just enjoy. Sit back and relax and take some good notes.
Just one second. So I am the lead success coach. So I work and help handle all of the activities that happen with the coaches. And I also have with us one of our peer success advocates. And in a minute, she's going to take over the camera because I'm going to introduce somebody else who's with us. But I'd like to introduce you to one of our peer success advocates, Jennifer Cronkite. She's going to come on in. Hey, Jennifer, you want to say something to the side?
Thank you for coming to the second installment of this. This is amazing.
So we're going to take just a moment. We're going to flip our camera around and we're going to get ready. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead. So we have over here with us, we have the amazing lead social worker here at the Lenore Crowdy Family Life Center, Dinah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm glad that you're here in our pantry. We wanted to do a quick cooking demonstration for you. And one of the things that Mr. Jennings said was, you know, you're driving to Starbucks. You don't have to drive to Starbucks. We have a Keurig here. I don't know how you say it. We have a coffee machine here that makes wonderful coffee that you can come, and it's at no cost. And we also have all kinds of other food items that can go with it. So you can come here in the morning, have a breakfast sandwich, have a coffee. So if you're running late, just stop by and see us, but we're going to teach you how to make some skillet pizza today. Pretty easy.
So what's all in here?
Well, this is our food pantry. There's a lot of stuff in the Family Life Center, but in the food pantry, we have fresh and frozen foods. So we have fruits and vegetables. We also have meats and cheeses and eggs and milk. We also have non-perishable items, and Madonna's going to show you that area where we provide all kinds of different items for students so they can fill up their pantry and use the items to cook with. We will be doing cooking demonstrations with different items. So if you're not sure on how to put them together, we want to be able to show you that. And then we also have personal needs items that like diapers and laundry soap, dish soap, toothbrushes, cleaning supplies, things like that. So if you're ever in need for anything like that, it's here also. And every student and every member of the mock community gets 30 points a week to spend. And you can come in and we will help you shop for what you need and get you set up.
So you mean any Mott student can come here?
Yes.
And what are the hours?
The hours right now are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Coming in October, we might have some change in our hours where we might be open later in the evening and possibly on a Saturday. So watch for that change on the portal because we want to make it accessible for students because sometimes some students work and getting over here might be difficult.
Okay, so if I'm on campus and I forgot my lunch, I can pop in and pick something up. And you have snacks and frozen food too?
We have a snack section. So there's a lot of students who don't necessarily need food to take home, but they need food while they're here because they don't have money to buy extra food when they're out of the house. So we have a snack section where students can come and get. We try to balance it with healthy and salty sweet. And then we also have, you can see in our refrigerator here, we have grapes and watermelon. We have smoothies that we make with our frozen fruit, and we have water that anybody can drink. And then we also get the baked goods from the beanery. So we have those, and those are at no charge. And then we have what we call our grab and go convenient items. So you could come and get a pizza, warm it up in the microwave. We have chimichangas, we have Hot Pockets, we have chicken sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly, hamburgers. So we want to try to make things as easily accessible for students as possible. And we have a microwave in our kitchenette in the multi-purpose room, so students can use that anytime.
That's pretty awesome. So you're going to show us how to put together a pizza. So can anybody do this? Or do I have to have some high-tech stuff?
No, you don't have to. And if you don't have a skillet, you can put this dough in an oven too. So it's the same thing. But if you don't want to heat up an oven and you have a skillet, we're actually in the process of buying some skillets, and we're going to package up everything so that all this recipe and all the ingredients are together. So if you wanted to come over and hear a little spiel from us and then get a skillet, get the information to how to make pizza, and those types of pizza pans, we're here to help you with that.
So we're just going to get started, huh?
Yes. So we start with flour. That's obviously the first ingredient for our pizza dough. And it's all the ingredients are listed there. We have 2 1/4 cups of flour. So I don't know if you know how to get flour out of a bag, but if you're making like a dough or a bread or something, you want to make sure that you do the scooping method. So you're just scooping it and then leveling it off so it just falls in there nicely. So I already have 1 in there, big 2, and then a 1/2 cup. So it's 2 1/2 cups of flour. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And then the first thing you do is you warm up your oven or your skillet. So you want that 400. And then we already put salt in here, which is 1 teaspoon of salt. But then also the next step is, this is how simple it is you have this flour mixed with the salt and you just mix it together good so you know it's all combined, not hard to do. Then you take 1 cup of water and you just heat it up a little bit in the microwave so it's like warm to the touch. And you put a packet of yeast, which we have all of these self-rising packet yeast. You pour that in there with 1 teaspoon of sugar, and you just wait until it kind of looks like, you know, like light chocolate milk, like a mocha or something, like your coffee. Yeah, so it looks like that. Once it looks like that, you pour it in to the dough or to the flour. You also put 1-2 tablespoons of olive oil.
We have olive oil here?
We do.
Oh my goodness.
I know. We try to make sure, if we have a recipe, we try to make sure we have all the ingredients for people.
Huh.
So, and then we try to build on what we already given people. So if we've given you olive oil, we try to give you recipes. So this is the easy part. All you have to do is mix it together. And it's not hard. You just keep mixing it together until it comes together as a dough.
Now, do I have to have a fancy spatula like that, or can I use
No.
a spoon?
You can use a spoon.
Okay, cool.
If you have a mixer, you can use your mixer too, but I'm just doing it by hand. And then once it's all combined, you'll have a lovely dough that you're gonna want to let sit for like, not very long, 2 to 3 minutes. This is actually quick dough, so it doesn't have to sit for very long. Because you're using it for pizza, it's not like you're raising it for bread, but you want to kind of get at least the gluten built up a little bit so you have that pizza dough. And if you wanted to, while it's in this form, you could add garlic salt to it or parsley or something like that. We actually added it to our sauce. So once it's like this, you can see it kind of come together into a ball. See that? Lovely. There's your dough. Then you take a little bit of flour, and we've already sanitized everything. Make sure you sanitize everything before you put your flour out. You put your dough out on the flour surface, and you just, and this is good too if you've had a hard day, you get to meet it out. You can be like, yeah, that math professor, you know, or whatever. I bake to relieve stress, so a lot of people do. And then you've got this beautiful, what that take? How long does that take? Oh, less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. So then you're going to just spread it out. I don't have a rolling pin, so we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're just going to keep pushing it with our hands.
Probably how my grandma did it.
Yeah, yeah. And so while that's doing that, we have our skillet all heated. If you want to spray some non-stick spray in there. Great. And also, you can dress much more casually when you're doing your size. You're cooking. Yeah. Size are important. Yeah. Size are important. What's nice about a skillet too, and I actually learned to make this years ago. If you have a skillet, and everybody can make their own type of pizza that they want. So like one person could put their dough in there, it cooks pretty quick. And then another person, you can divide this up into smaller pieces. We're making one big one right now. But that way, like with my sons, I have them make their own dough and then they make their own pizza. Nice.
So you're gonna put this in the skillet?
Yep.
And then we're gonna let it cook for a minute?
Yep.
So this is great because I have some trivia now and we're gonna have the coaches. This is where the cooking with the coaches come.
Yes.
You have a lid on this?
Yep, we're gonna put it in and I'll put the sauce on it in a minute.
After this one? Okay. So I don't know if you guys have ever watched The Kitchen on Food Network, but it's a talk show and that's kind of the inspiration for tonight. We wanted to show you some of the services that were available, but we also wanted to make sure you have some handy dandy information. And we started tonight off with a great welcome from our president, but some of you are brand new to the college and we want to make sure that you know who that is. So, hey, Sharonda, can you tell me anything about Dr. Beverly?
Yes, so the president of my community college is Dr. Beverly Walker Graffia, and she's been with us for 7 years.
That's pretty amazing. So she's helped us through things like the flood water crisis and the pandemic. We've come out all right, huh?
Yes.
Thank you so much. My next quick question is, I think it's important that we understand what the people at Mott stand for. We're going to take just a moment. Are you going to put sauce on now?
No, I'm just spreading it out more. Because it's warm. Yeah, of course, and I want to make sure I'm using all of the skillet, so you have like a nice. So it'll look like that. Okay, so now it's cooking a little, and we'll do the sauce. Go ahead and go.
Okay, we're gonna do two more, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I would like to know what the mission statement for Mott Community College is. Dan?
Okay, sure. So the mission of my community college is to provide high quality, accessible, and affordable educational opportunities and related services that cultivate student success and individual development and improve the overall quality of life in a multicultural community. And that was established or adopted back in 2012 when they decided they needed to rewrite the mission statement.
So that was also under Dr. Beverly's leadership, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna look up that date, because I gave you that date. I think it might be wrong, but I know that Dr. Beverly did help create that. And Jessica, you know, we love to celebrate diversity here at the college. It's one thing that it's one of the things that we do very, very well. And I am super excited to talk about it because I heard that we're in the middle of Hispanic Heritage Awareness Month.
We are indeed. Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Annually in the United States, from September 15th to October 15th is Hispanic Heritage Month. It's a celebration of the history and culture of the U.S. Latinx and Hispanic communities, which commemorates how those communities have influenced and contributed to our society at large.
That's so awesome. I know that we have a pretty diverse community here on campus, so we try to take every opportunity we can to celebrate diverse groups. But you know what that makes me think of is we have students that are taking Spanish and other world language classes. Did you know that we actually have a language lab on campus to help students? Jessica?
Yes, we do. Thank you, Dr. Jackson, again. So yes, so we have this semester, because you know the pandemic, they are meeting virtually, but this semester they have help for Arabic, French, Japanese, and Spanish, Monday through Thursdays, 9 to 5. And if you need help a little bit longer, it's until 6 p.m. by appointment. And like I said, they're meeting through Zoom, but you can reach out to Jessica Esperanza, and her phone number is 810-396-8186. And then her email will be Jessica, her first name, JESSICA, period, her last name, ESPERANZA @mcc.edu.
Thank you so much. We're gonna come back to Dinah now. She's making some progress over here with this pizza.
So sauce is super easy. We have this can of tomato sauce right here in the pantry. You just take one can of tomato sauce in a bowl. I put basil, I put parsley. You can see all the spices, and we actually pre-package the spices for you. So all you have to do is dump a packet of spices in there, and you can spice it however you want. You can put more spices or less spices. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your sauce and you're just going to dump it over it and put as much or as little as you like. I'm putting a lot because I like a lot of sauce.
I love a lot of sauce.
And you're just going to go up to that. So you want a little bit of a crust, or you can go all the way up to that if you don't like my husband will not eat crust, so he gives it to the dog. So I might not go. So, and then what you're going to do is you've got your lovely sauce on there. You can grab me some turkey pepperoni, which we have over there. Yep. Yep. Turkey pepperoni. Yep. We have
the heart.
Yep. So, and it's really, yeah, it's very good actually. It's got 60% less fat. So who can't use 60% less? I know I can. So it's turkey pepperoni, and you're just going to take that. And it's nice because it's in a resealable bag, so you don't have to use the whole thing. But I also like to eat this pepperoni with cheese sometimes, like on crackers. So it's also you can use it as a snack. So you're just going to lay out your turkey pepperoni as much or little as you like. And then you're going to get the mozzarella, which is next. And we do have that here too in the pantry.
Doesn't this look good?
Yeah, I can get
mozzarella and pepperoni and stuff to make the dough and seasonings. That would cost me what, like, I don't know, for all this stuff,
To
probably.
get a pizza, probably at least, well, if you're doing a hot and ready, at least $5. So, and
No, but I
even
don't-
more than that if you're getting all of this.
I don't even have hot and readies for $5 at my house anymore. They're like
Right.
$7.67 or something.
Right. So then we're just going to put a lot of, I like a lot of cheese. So, and if you don't want cheese, you don't have to put cheese too. And if you don't want sauce, you can just put olive oil and spices, which I've done that before too. If you have fresh tomatoes at home, you could put fresh tomatoes on there. We actually do have fruits and vegetables like that that you could put on there. You could put zucchini on there, you know, whatever it is that, today we don't, but we use. You can put whatever you like on it. You can put mushrooms, whatever you like. So you put that, and then what I like to do on my pizza is we have Parmesan over there.
We have cheese choices.
Yes, so, and we will also, we do purchase the Parmesan, so you can have that. And pick it up, brand new.
And it looks like I can make more than one pizza because I'm gonna have leftover pepperoni and mozzarella and Parmesan and
Yeah,
olive
then,
oil.
yeah, and so these are basic ingredients that if you keep them in your house and say you get home and you're tired, you can just, you know, so I like to sprinkle it around. I like the combination of the two, so you're just kind of filling it in. And then what we're going to do is just, now we're just gonna put it on, the lid on, and we are going to turn it back on high. And get it warm, turn it back on high, and then we're going to. Okay.
That's awesome. So we'll
So how
come
we
back
do
to
that,
that
yes.
in a minute.
Yes,
You made quite a mess though.
I know I did, but that's, yeah, that's the joy of cooking, is making a mess.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so, and, you know, we were just talking about diversity and the different initiatives that we have and how we try to be inclusive. And I also know what's coming up next is October, and that month, October is a pretty big month for us. I know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Every year we have a great group that participates in the Making Strides Breast Cancer Walk. Love everybody to come out, don your pink, hang out with us. October 23rd is the date this year, and that's right downtown Flint. It's the annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk, and be part of our team. And we'd love to have anybody and everybody and bring a whole group with you to come on down and hang out with us. Walk it out now, walk it out. Come on down.
Thank you, Dan. It's a pretty big month. We spend the whole month here at the college doing fundraising for the Making Strides campaign. And when we're back to our normal capacity, we use the whole month to sell lunches and do auctions. And I want to give out a shout out to Jennifer Follett, who works in the technology division. She heads up that committee, and she will tell you, I can't do it without my group, and she can't, but she totally deserves the kudos because she has taken it to the next level. So thank you, Jennifer. And then we have, you know, when you come downtown on that day, on that Saturday, it's not just Mock people, it's people from all communities all around celebrating their loved ones who have beat cancer or who have not made it through their cancer journey. And it's really a celebration. It's a celebration of life. And even if you don't like to walk, it's through our Mock campus. It's a beautiful walk. Even if you don't like to walk, come down and enjoy the celebration and the festivities. Take some pictures and enjoy community. You know, I hear sometimes they wonder about where the money goes for their Making Strides when they do fundraising for Making Strides. And I didn't know that much of the money stays in the community and helps people who have cancer get to their doctor's appointments and their rides and helps support them with their medical bills. So it's really a worthwhile cause. And I think that everybody has probably had their life affected, or they know somebody who's had their life affected by cancer. So I really encourage you to check that out. Smells good. Yeah, I wish we had television. So, you know, we have something else that's pretty cool here at the college too, and it's something going through October again, and it's Tasty Tuesdays. Jessica?
Yeah,
Thanks. Tasty Tuesdays happens at the Student Life Center. If you didn't know, Student Life at Mott provides a rich opportunity for fun and growth. If you and your friends have a special interest, you can form a club together. Students find that involvement with the Office of Student Life provides them with the opportunity to express their creativity, get closer to nature, travel abroad, celebrate their heritages, network with other students, make new friends. There are a lot of opportunities there, and Tasty Tuesdays is one of those. You can come to the Student Life Center, which you heard Dr. Beverly mention is in Prawl, and you grab some free food. A lot of times there are prizes, and this month, September 28th, they are serving Qdoba.
Okay, thank you so much. Oh, can you keep the lid off of this? Take a quick look for about what, halfway through the cooking process?
It's almost done. It's just, you're just waiting for the cheese to melt. And then I also wanted to show people, we have these in the pantry. So if you don't want to make your own dough, these are great little mini kits that actually have the sauce in them. And there's 3 in each of them. And you can actually put this in a skillet and put your toppings on it too. So you can just warm it up that way.
That's a great time saver.
Yes.
That's awesome. Thank you. So Sharonda, can you tell me something about the library? Because you know, when I was in school 100 years ago, the only thing you could do with the library was give books and use the card catalog, and they were musty and they didn't always smell great. But I hear, and we saw a little bit in Dr. Beverly's video, that the library is a whole different place these days.
Yes, it is. And Mott's library is it's been newly renovated within the last, I can't give you the exact date, but I know within the last 10 years, if not before that. But at our library at Mott, it's 4 floors, and like she said, it's not your typical library. You can check out all types of things and just more than books. They have a cricket machine, they have a karaoke machine, they have graphing calculators, an entire skeleton, as well as a model of the body cavity with all the internal organs. They even have a hammock, a 4-person tent, a telescope, lots of cake tins, air quality monitor, thermal leak detector, toolkits. They have so many resources for our students. And when you're doing those group projects and you don't want to go out and spend money, ask the librarian and her staff first. They also have a VHS to digital converter, a travel DVD player, metal detector, a Bluetooth record player that also has cassette player. And I know a lot of our I don't want to say the wrong generation letter. They don't even know what a cassette is. CD player and a radio and even a sewing machine. So take time to get to know our library. And right now, due to the pandemic, get online, send them an email and ask, do they have something other than a book that you might be interested in borrowing?
Hey, Sharonda, thank you so much. That's such valuable information. I'm going to go over there and get a study pod with my friends so that I can get ready for my bio exam that I have coming up. Hey, Diana, we have some other great dates happening here. Yes. Okay, we're good, Sarah? Okay, will you tell us about it?
So the center is here to help students with a variety of different needs that they may have. And one of them is we have worked with community partners to set up hybrid groups. It's my voice right now. Hybrid support groups that actually will be meeting virtually and face-to-face. So we have it set up in our multi-purpose room where we can Zoom people in. So if you're not comfortable coming face-to-face, you could come virtually. And I wanted to share those with you. And then also, these are posters that we used last summer for the summer, but we are actually redoing them. But all of these will be starting in October. And the first 15 people for each group will get a boxed meal. So you'll be able to take a meal with you when you leave and be able to eat afterwards. And so we wanted to make sure that you get a boxed meal, you get to spend some time with one another. We have an Alateen group, and I know the word teen doesn't sound, but it's really for 18 to 20-year-olds. And it's anybody who grew up living with somebody who's been drinking. This one is our Gender and Sexuality Alliance, which actually is a support group, but it's for LGBTQ group that if they can come, it's just a safe place to come and talk about queer issues. We also have the virtual grief and loss support group, which is being run by Sharonda Womack, and she is just here so we can just talk, just somebody to talk to, somebody to share with, because we've all been through so much in the last few months. Another one that we have is Parenting the Mott Way, and that's being run by one of our community partners, and it's just a parenting group that just gives a chance for parents to come and talk about what it's like being a parent in today's climate and how you feel about things, and just be able to give you support. We also had another one that Celebrate Mom's Life, and that's for anybody, new parents and that are pregnant or experiencing pregnancy or having their baby. We just want to help people who are trying to balance that school, that work, that family life, and just a safe place to talk about any issues. And then we have a men's group, which is called EDGE, and it's an Empowering the Determined to Grow and Emerge program. And that's with a community partner named Sean Hart, and he is actually going to share his wisdom with the men in the group. We also have a veterans group that we're putting together. We have a Al-Anon group, which is actually anybody who grew up living with somebody who was using substances. And we're looking at doing some other types of groups. And if you have an idea for a group, we would love to hear about it, because we have community partners that are willing to come in and support you and support us. And so just drop me you can call 232-4962 and we can get one set up for you.
Okay, so Dan, you know, I heard something crazy. I've worked them out for a long time. But I heard something crazy the other day. The rumor that I heard when I was in the call center was that you can print for free on campus this semester. What can you tell me about that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, that's something new that just started, you know, because of the pandemic, and a lot of us, you know, don't have the printers at home or different things like that. So you can just go to campus. The library is my place of choice. You know, you have to print to a certain printer that you go to, just the one you select, and use your card, and you just go ahead and print. And you know, you don't really even have to stress. There was a time when you could print in, you know, a couple of pages, or you know, the library would go ahead and they would, you know, if you were doing a PowerPoint outline or you needed some note cards, they would print them for you anyway. But now there's, you know, unlimited. I mean, I'm sure they might say something if you write your own book and are trying to publish it there in the library or something, but for the most part, it's free printing within reason there. So pretty cool. And that's also in the computer labs, and pretty much everywhere on campus you could print before. You can actually print for free this semester.
Okay, thank you. I mean, that's exciting. That's exciting. So Dinah, it looks like our pizza's about done.
Yes, and so I'm going to carefully transfer, try to,
Does this
you
come
know,
on?
that doesn't, it's too hot. I don't have- Always keep paper
Safety
towel
measures.
handy, because you never know when you might need it. You don't want to be, try to slide it. It should slide right out. This is a non-stick pan. If I do this, pizza's coming out. I don't want that. There you go. Wait a second.
For our media services people, you get slided pizza.
No, it's all right. It'll be better. All right, this is the joy of cooking live. Okay, yeah. Thank you. See, 2 hands are always better. 4 hands.
It's not really panning out.
But I'm bummed.
Thank you. We needed that.
Dan is our dad joke.
All right, there we go. Now we just put it back.
Okay, now we can go right there. Yep. Well, I'm so glad that you didn't take this.
I caught on the
I'm
thing.
so glad you didn't take this and cut on the Teflon pan, because that would have been all bad. Like, beginner tip, don't use this on Teflon.
Yeah,
That's bad.
that's a good idea.
Okay, so we have our pizza, and that would easily feed, you know,
A family of,
a family of 4.
yeah, easily.
And then if you know, you have a salad program in the summertime, they can get a bag of salad
Yep.
with all the fixings.
Actually, we try to have salad fixings on a regular basis. So they could get a salad and they could get the pizza. We're actually, and then we also, next time we wanted to try to do a white chicken chili, which you can do in the crock pot. It's a healthy white chicken chili. Or we talked about doing pies. So there's lots of things you can do with the ingredients that are here at the food pantry. And sometimes it might be just getting a couple extra things, but that's a pretty good meal for the evening. And it's not complicated. No.
You know, can you tell me about something else? Dan was just talking about printing. Yeah, I
Yes.
know that some of us really struggle, like some of us might live way out in the country and we do not get good internet service. And some just don't have access to the internet. So do we have anything to help those students here at college?
We do. We have an internet program where we can help you pay for your internet. And we also have Chromebook loans that we can help people get a Chromebook if they need that. And then we also currently I have 9 social work interns that are working at the center, and they're here to help students with every kind of thing that they may need. So if you're new to using Canvas, or you don't know how to get on my FAFSA, or you don't know how to do an SAP, or you're not sure on something, they can come over here and we can sit with them and kind of walk them through that, because sometimes it just takes, I know for me, I'm a visual learner. I like to get my hands there and see what's happening. And so we're here to support, not only to give you the internet and give you the Chromebook, but also how to navigate it, how to use it, and how to be efficient with it so you can be successful.
So you mean I don't have to keep taking my class on my phone?
No,
It's kind of hard.
it is very hard.
It's very hard.
We recommend you get a Chromebook.
Okay, and then I have to bring that back, right?
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
loan. It's a loan. And we do check in with you to see if you need it for the next semester. If you do, we let you recheck it out. But if you don't need it, we ask that you bring it back.
Okay, that sounds great. I forget which order we're in, but I know that one of the coaches is going to talk a little bit about some of the clubs, because we have such a robust student life. There's so many things. There is something here for everybody. If you're looking for something for your academic programs, if you're looking for something that fits you socially, there are so many clubs and organizations here. And I'm going to let one of the coaches talk about it.
That's me, Madonna. So there are over 40 clubs here at MCC. There's an anime club and a ballroom dancing club. There are dental hygiene and assisting clubs. There are first generation clubs for those students who are the first in their family to attend an institution of higher education. There's the Gay Straight Alliance, there's health fitness clubs, and the cool thing about student life is that if there isn't a club on the list that you think fits you, you can start your own. So there are over 40 for you to peruse on the Student Life website, and if you don't see a club that you want, you're welcome to start it. The cool thing about the Student Life Center is they help you get started. There are some forms to fill out and a budget that goes along with it. And the Student Life Coordinator will be there by your side to get you through it.
Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you jumping in. I wasn't sure where I was at. I couldn't see the rotation, so thank you so much. So we have lots of resources, and it's been a great time sharing them with you. I want to make sure that every person walks away understanding the level of support that's here, knowing that your coaches are new, but they will be here with you for the duration of your education, knowing that you can come to the Family Life Center and get support that you need, knowing that you have students in your classrooms who are willing to help you. Sometimes students are a little bit nervous to come and speak to college employees, so break that ice first with your peer success advocate. I want to make sure that you guys know to look in your email every single Monday at 9 a.m. You get what's called a Motivational Monday. And in those Motivational Mondays, you will have important information for things that are happening on campus. So it might be that the FAFSA is opening up. And if you didn't know that the FAFSA for next year opens up on October 1st, you have to complete a new FAFSA every single year. It's only good until July 1st, and then you have to have a new one. And it's not good to wait till it comes to July 1st and try to get into fall classes. So know that that's one of the messages that went out in the Motivational Monday, was that financial aid, the FAFSA, is opening up. They shared information and resources about Michigan Reconnect. Do you know that if you're over 26 years old, you've lived in Michigan for at least a year, and you want to come back to college, you might be eligible for free college. It's called Michigan Reconnect. It's a state of Michigan program. There's a website for it. I encourage you to look it up if you're looking for additional resources. This week, they shared resources for scholarships. So we all know that going to college can be expensive. So if you're looking for some support in how to pay for some college or your books, look at that Motivational Monday. They also shared the VIP program, which is the Vaccine Incentive Program, which is a college program that allows students to earn up to $750 this semester towards their tuition if you're fully vaccinated. In order to take advantage of that, you would have to bring your state ID and your vaccination card to the kiosk on the main floor of the Prawl building. Just go to the welcome kiosk. So lots of great information in your Motivational Mondays. Make sure you look out for those. I want to take a moment and just, I want to turn back over to Dinah for a moment and ask her if she has any final words. And then I'm going to ask each one of the coaches for their final thoughts for the night. And then we're going to let you get back to your family. So I'm going to turn it over to Dinah now.
I just want to say that we are here for you and, oh yeah, can I go now?
Hang on.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi, I just want to say that we are here for you and we would love for you to just come by and visit. We have spaces to study. We have reliable internet. We have, it's air conditioned in the summer, heated in the winter. So just stop by anytime and we're here to help and we're here to just get to know you. And we would love for you to come over and just hang out.
And here's our final pizza.
I know.
You gonna try it or?
I'm just gonna try it.
Okay, let's try it. See what you think. Do you want to try it?
I'm waiting. Actually, it's really good.
Is it really good?
It smells amazing.
It does smell pretty good.
It's really good.
So, all right, so we're gonna start. Dan, do you have some final words for everybody?
Sure. I just like to make sure that I thank Dinah and her whole team and the Family Life Center. That resource that we have. If you were at Mott a long time ago, or not even that long ago, you may not have benefited from all the different resources they have there. And Mott is really going to this holistic approach to try and help you and every other student to be successful. So that's why you see the internet resources, the food resources, the success coaches who are here to wrap our arms around you. Mott has decided wisely that we're going to take a holistic approach and we actually care about you as a student. So thank you, Dinah, and thank you, Madonna. You did an excellent job over there with the pizza. You were a little bit cheesy at times, but you did a great job. So thank you very much.
Dan is the master of dad jokes, and anybody on team two, whoever needs a little pick me up, I'm sure you can ask him. Maybe he'll go on tour one day. So I was just, Jeff knows the answer to that question. So now we're going to move on to Sharonda.
Well, I just was going to echo what Dan said. Great job. Even to our student there, our PSA that's filming you. Thank you very much, Miss Jennifer. But yes, the Family Life Center, we know that even as student success coaches, we know that life happens. And yes, we're here to help you academically as well as, everything else that may be going on in your life, because we want you to be what? Successful. And so that is our purpose. And if you may not need a tutor, maybe you got your classes got it going on, but you don't have a ride to school. You don't have a babysitter. That's one of our resources that's close, in the same building as the Family Life Center is our Early Child Learning Center. For those students that have those children 6 years old and under, if they have a spot, make sure you look into that to see if your child can be a part of that program. But we are here to help you to be successful, and we hope you take advantage and tap into the resources that are available to you.
Thank you so much, Sharonda. We'll move forward, and Jessica, and then I will come back to me, and then we'll let you get back to your evening.
Thanks, Madonna. So the last shout out I wanted to give is to you. If you're here watching the live stream, if you're finding this video afterwards on the Success Coaching website, you are that much closer to being a successful student. A student that asks for help, a student that takes advantage of their resources is a student much more likely to succeed. And so if you're with us, either live or later, you're tapping into your resources. You're learning a little bit more about your college and your community and what's available to you. So thank you for being here, and I'll throw it back to Madonna.
Okay, so this is a beautiful thing about live TV. As you met Jennifer, she's a PSA, Peer Success Advocate. So she's a student here at the college, and she just tapped me on the shoulder and asked if she could speak to the students out there. So I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer because she has some things that she would like to share.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jackson. What I wanted to share was, I don't think a lot of students understand the Family Life Center. It's a wonderful resource that's here. I was going to actually share this. I know a lot of people that need things, a lot of students who may need food, who may need help. There's a sense of pride and a sense of shame. Sometimes you don't want to ask for help. I get food here. So I'm telling you, and they treat you so good here. Everyone treats you with dignity. They embrace you. Nobody makes you feel weird about anything because they want you to be the best you can be so that you can move on with your life. So I just wanted to share that because I know a lot of people, there's like a stigma when you get food and you feel kind of embarrassed. And here, I'm telling you, they don't make you feel that at all. You feel very comfortable. The staff here, Dinah, everyone, they're amazing. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know it's not easy for people to say, like, I get food, but it really, there's no shame here. It's wonderful. So so thank you, and thank you for coming.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. You didn't have to share that. She asked me if she could share. So I want to thank all of the presenters for this entire conference. So again, it was a 2-day event. So we had a great lineup on last Friday. That's available. It will be available on the Success Coaching website. I want to thank AVP Jennings Jr., Clarence Jennings Jr. for coming in today and talking to us about some important money tips. I want to thank Dinah for opening up the pantry for us. And I want to thank Christian Dunn, who is one of our peer success advocates, who's not able to be with us today, but he is really the technology powerhouse of the team. So thank you, Christian, for all of the reaching out to students and communications you've provided. I want to thank Jennifer for sharing her story and tiring out her arms holding up my tablet for the last hour and 15 minutes. And I also would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to the interpreters and the media services team. We couldn't have done this without you guys. Can we see you, Jeff? He says no. He says no. He runs the show. He's got like 3 computers going, and Brian did it for us on Friday. And there we all are. So we're all in a Zoom room. That's how this works. We're in a Zoom room and we talk and you watch us on the live stream. So that's how this magic works. Again, thank you all for your night. This will be posted later. Have a good evening and have a wonderful semester. Bye.